So by the time a K-pop artist debuts, they'll typically have undergone years of training, either at their own expense or at the expense of their management company. So usually an artist, by the time they debut, is already under contract for a certain number of years until that investment is repaid. So that's one of the really early pressures that they tend to be subject to. Um, and once they've debuted, in Korea and also in the West, artists don't just make money from selling music. They're also spokesmodels or promoters of products. So the idol needs to continually maintain not only their looks, but also their character. They need to be likable, embody the right values, and be untarnished by scandal. So they're under a great deal of scrutiny.
And how much are their lives controlled by their management companies? How much freedom do they have to just be who they want to be?
It really varies. And I think in the earlier days of K-pop, say about up to 10 years ago, idols had very, very little control either creatively or personally. So they were essentially molded by their agencies. But in recent years, we're seeing a little bit of a change there.
An increasing number of stars are succumbing to the pressure. How much of it can be attributed to the way the industry pays attention or doesn't pay enough attention to mental health issues?
Well, it's really difficult to say. And in many cases, when an idol unfortunately does pass away, we don't know the full circumstances of why that is the case. And it's really difficult to speculate. And I think while there is temptation to assume that, there might have been a mental health issue, there might also be other issues in play that we don't know about. But there have been several positive changes in recent years. The industry has come under more scrutiny. And about 3 years ago, the government actually got involved, and the Fair Trade Commission forbade certain kinds of contract being issued. So essentially, agencies can no longer penalize idols for breaking their contracts, which means that they have more freedom to break their contract or to switch agencies, which is a bit of a reduction in some of the pressure that they may have been facing.
Meanwhile, fans have proven to be a big support group. What are they or can they be doing to ensure their idols are okay, and if they aren't, to speak up about it?
Yeah, social media is definitely a factor in swaying public opinion. The problem, though, is that as an industry, K-pop is very, very complex, and it consists of many companies, and those companies are also interlinked with other sectors of the entertainment industry. So larger K-pop agencies have interests in music, television, film, and even outside of entertainment. There's also the problem of having limited information about an artist's circumstances unless they're able to share details on social media, which not all of them do or can. We have seen instances where fans do get involved in things like boycotts. Last year, one of the big three entertainment agencies in Korea was subject to a boycott due to a scandal that was affecting certain members of senior staff and also several idols. But public opinion on whether that boycott was effective was split. Some fans believed that calling attention would force a management change, but other fans thought that it would unfairly penalize the idols of that agency who had nothing to do with the scandal in question. So it's a really contentious and difficult issue.
And just finally, what else do you think can be done to help support these Korean pop stars who operate in such a high-pressure industry?
I think recently there has been a lot more focus on mental health. Some idols like BTS, arguably one of the most well-known K-pop groups outside of Korea, have been speaking very publicly about mental health and about the pressures that young people are facing. And for BTS, mental health has been one of the main messages in their recent work. One recent interesting event that happened last year was BTS took a vacation for 2 months, which was pretty much unheard of. And this was so well received by their fans, and the fans were so supportive of that idea that hopefully that will set a precedent for downtime to become more of a common practice for idols.
Sarah Keith, thank you so much.
Thank you, Yvonne.